of the petition and open negotiation with the administration. Jacques Prade, who is sitting next to me, will explain a little bit later why the present staff policy must change and how we should together push for the change. So I want to thank you all of you, all of us, for this initial success. It is great to see that the petition has been signed to up to 5,000 signatures, a little bit more, and that all these signatures are coming both from official as well as contract agent. So please recall that this action is in favor of the Commission, which is an institution that we value and we just want to make it better. It is, of course, in favor of contract agent and also other staff hired through contracts, and the spirit is a united European public service. So the program for this short session today is the following. First, I will let everybody from this table introduce himself. Afterwards, Jacques Prade, sitting on my right, will give an update of where we are and what are the next steps. Then we will give the floor to ISPRA and to the Court of Justice in Luxembourg and the Commission in Luxembourg that we have on video conference with us. And for this making it a reality, I would like to thank Madame Stefania Felice, Madame Giuliana Risso, and Madame Lydia Salaris, because it took some great effort, and we are very happy to have them with us today. And after this, I will ask a representative of the unions that really openly supported us into this initiative to say a word. That would be then the U4U, USHU, USF, USL, SFA, SID, and ADL. And I really mean a word, otherwise it will take too long. And then we'll have a 15 minutes question and answer from the room. And then, of course, Victoria Correa is going to present the adopted resolution. And at the end, if you feel like it, and if there is the good spirit, we'll bring the resolution to President Barroso. So that's the program. So I would like to give the floor to my left so that everybody can introduce itself.
My name is Dionisio Vergallo. I work in DG Enlargement, so I'm at home here. And I am part of a member of this collective since it started back in June 2010. Thank you.
My name is Monique Jacques. Ah oui, je suis contractuelle à la RTD. Je suis à peu près à mi-contrat. Et donc, le countdown a commencé. Voilà.
Bonjour à tous et merci d'être tous là. Ça fait vraiment plaisir de voir que cet appel était vraiment... ça fait plaisir en tant que contractuel. Je suis contractuel niveau 1, indéterminé, j'ai cette chance. Mais j'en ai plein qui n'ont pas cette chance, qui sont indéterminés, qui sont niveau 2, niveau 3. Et qui attendent une seule chose, c'est qu'on avance. Il faudrait absolument qu'on avance et qu'on continue de se mobiliser comme on est là aujourd'hui. Et on va de l'avant avec tous. Et on a des idées, vous avez des idées, n'essayez pas de dire c'est impossible, il faut vraiment aller de l'avant et vraiment essayer jusqu'au bout pour essayer de réussir quelque chose. Merci à vous.
Hello, my name is Gladys. I'm working at former DG Relex. I'm part of this collective. Maybe just a couple of words to add on the contract agent collectivity. This is a group made of both contract agents and officials. We do not represent any trade union. We're not linked to any trade union. And our sole objective, as it was mentioned by Hervé earlier, is to launch a social dialogue with the administration on the topic of staff hired under contractual modalities. So I think this is important to remember. And I also wanted to thank our colleagues from ISPRA and Luxembourg that are joining us today.
I am Jacques Prade. I'm a member of this collective also. and I precise that I'm official.
Hi, I'm Victoria Correa. I'm also a contract agent, and I'm a member of the collectivity.
Hi, my name is Alessandro Liamine. I work in delegations, and I am here also to bring the voice of more than 1,000 contract agents working in delegations, and I am also a member of this collective.
Hello, good morning, everybody. My name is Michele Nori. I just want to add that this meeting here and the more than 5,000 signatures that we've been able to gather are the result of 6 months of work. And the best is yet to come, but it's important to be here. The follow-up is also important to participate all together and to stay united.
Good afternoon. My name is Catherine Mao. I'm a contract agent in PMO, so I also have an undetermined contract. But as my colleague said, we should all be together and fight against this system, which is not human, I think. Human resources must change. I represent Solidarité Européenne also. And yeah, I'm super happy to see everybody here, and I hope we'll all get to the top of it and get to great hand for everyone. And how would I say, des ressources humaines. That would be great. Voilà, thank you.
Bonjour, mon nom est Justina Charabone et je représente ici les personnes qui sont dans les agences exécutives parce que ces gens-là auront un contrat à durée indéterminée mais avec durée de vie de l'agence. Donc, on est tous ensemble pour avoir beaucoup plus que contrat à durée indéterminée avec durée de vie agence. Merci.
Oui, je me présente. Mon nom est Agim Islamay. Je fais partie de ce collectif aussi. Je les supporte évidemment comme fonctionnaire. Je voudrais simplement remercier les autres sites qui sont connectés aujourd'hui avec nous. Il y a une simple rectification que je devrais faire, c'est que le site d'ISPRA, la salle ne permettait pas la vidéoconférence. Ils sont en web streaming en direct avec nous, mais on leur remercie d'être là. Merci à tout le monde.
So I would like to give the floor to Jacques Pran. He's going to inform us on where exactly we are and where we are going.
Okay. Yes, so what I want to do, I want to explain what the present situation within the European Commission is totally unsustainable, and why our staff policy is not right at all. When there are many things about that, but I would like to really present a concrete example, and I would like to be the more precise as possible. We are 41,000 colleagues working for the European Commission. And within this staff, 56% are official, and all the others are working for the Commission through contractual modalities. And over the past year, a significant increase of staff hired by the Commission through contractual agents. This is the reality. And the member of this collective for the contractual agent consider that this staff policy is unfair for our colleagues working with the contract, dangerous for all staff, including official, and harmful for the European institution. And in very short, it's very simple to say, this policy doesn't respect neither basic social principle nor sound administration and management principle that the European Commission should promote. And if we are working for the European Commission, it's precisely for protecting this principle. It's not only for defending our position, it's for protecting, for promoting this principle. So then let's go all along this principle, which are not respected by the European Commission. There is a first principle in what we call the European social model. And these principles are shared by many member states. The first principle is indefinite period contracts should be the rule, and fixed period contract should be the exception. However, in the European Commission, you know that many contract agents working in the Directorate General or in representation cannot enjoy this principle. And this is also the case for many temporary agents confronted to the 3 years limit. There is a second principle. Fixed-term contracts should be used for carrying fixed-term tasks. But we know that in the European Commission, contract agents hired for a maximum duration of 3 years fulfill permanent tasks in reality. There is another third principle. For an equal work, employees should receive equal payment, or at least should be included in the same salary grid. We all know that many colleagues, in particular contract agents, are fulfilling core tasks, are representing officially the Commission, are doing the same jobs as the others, but are not paid according to the same salary grid. The European Commission does not apply to contractual agents in delegation the same pay scale they used to benefit in Brussels. However, all these colleagues hired by the European Commission and in charge of financial operations are liable in case of mistake, are liable on their own financial resource, notwithstanding their wage. There is another principle which is quite important. When hiring new employees, the employer should guarantee that professional experience are equally taken into account. But in the European Commission, we don't respect at all this principle. And for example, the contractual agent working in the headquarters or in delegation have seen contracts with different categories of professional experience taken into account. The grades are different, wages are different, and they don't benefit the same taking into account of their experience. Fifth principle, at the very least, a public employer should care about the future of their hired staff once their contracts are completed. Nothing about that with the European Commission. And the only provision foreseen by the European Commission for staff hired with a fixed term period is the strict restriction to work with NGO or private companies once they have completed their contract with the Commission. So many principles which are not respected, but there are also other principles related to the principle of sound administration. First, simple and evident principle. A sound administration should take care of its own institutional memory. This is a pledge for ensuring the continuity of a public service. But within the European Commission, the high turnover of contractual agents put at risk this memory. And if you read the 2009 ETCO internal control system assessment, you will read the following sentence. The turnover in recruitment is inevitably resulting in a loss of institutional memory, which has detrimental effect on the continuity and visibility of the European Commission. High turnover might negatively impact the performance. I mean, this is not my sentence, it's an official sentence written in an official report. Second principle for a sound management. A sound administration should ensure a maximum transparency, in particular on budgetary affairs. But within the European Commission budget, we know that there are hidden costs for recruiting hidden staff. For example, contractual agents paid under operational budget. Another important principle, a sound administration should assess seriously the financial impact of different staff policy options. But who knows the real cost of the high contractual agent turnover? Turnover with additional costs linked to training, to removal expenses, for example. So this policy is in contradiction with these two main principles. And there is another also important set of principles which is not respected, is the principle of correct human resource management. We are told by our manager that we are one team for Europe, but we are in reality divided into many different categories without any kind of management rationality. We have the feeling that the only human resource management principle applied by this institution is divide and rule. And we consider that this staff policy is dangerous for all these categories, in particular for the officials. Giving in today for an unfair system for hired staff means accepting tomorrow that the status of official will be weakened. So this policy must change, but this policy can change. And I am sure that together we can contribute to the change of this policy. But then we will have to manage risk, and we will have also to take into account opportunities. And I would like to go back to the risk that we could have in our movement. We must resist to the tendency to split our movement into several closed corporatist actions. For example, contractor agent fighting only for the unique interest of the contractual agent, official working only for the interest of official, local agent working only for their own interest. What we need that every negotiation for a specific category must take into account the situation of the colleagues of other categories. This is the only way for joining strengths and for really influencing future negotiation. We must also take into account the opportunities, and we have many opportunities. We have created a real momentum for changing the situation, and we are able to demonstrate that this situation is not sustainable. We are more and more powerful than we think. 5,500 colleagues signing the petition. This meeting room is full, and I think that we are powerful. We are more and more numerous in the actions that we are organizing. And this is very important. We stand united. Contractual agent, official, local agent are working together for changing the situation. We stand united. The colleagues working in the collective are members of different trade unions, whether in the majority or in the minority. And we want to contribute to this unity of the personnel. Together with the support of trade union, we will push for the EC to change this policy. The resolution which will be presented by Victoria is reflecting this spirit of unity. The resolution is perfectly in line with the petition that you have signed. We consider that it's a good basis for negotiation. Our role is now to hand over this resolution to the trade unions, asking them to open the negotiation. And our role will be also to keep us mobilized and in order to exert pressure if it is necessary. Thanks a lot.
Ok, merci beaucoup Jacques. Donc on l'a tous compris, l'enjeu principal c'est le dialogue social. Et pour cela, il faut bien évidemment passer le relais au syndicat. Donc je voudrais inviter sur le podium Monsieur Vlandas de U4U.
On ressent une grande joie et une grande émotion de se retrouver ensemble ce midi. Le personnel est de retour, bouge, attentif à ses conditions de travail, à son métier, fait entendre ses attentes dans l'unité croissante de ses composantes et de ses organisations. U4U soutient fortement dès le départ l'activité et les revendications du collectif des contractuels, et ce, pour trois raisons. La première, c'est que le sort fait à nos collègues contractuels est injuste. La précarité frappe durement les jeunes collègues, entravant leur entrée dans la vie active et dans la vie normale. La précarisation de l'emploi nuit aussi, comme Jacques Prade l'a dit, gravement à notre institution, à son activité, à son efficacité, à sa permanence, dont dépend grandement notre statut. Enfin, la division croissante du personnel entre jeunes et moins jeunes, entre permanents et non permanents, est un poison mortel pour la défense de nos intérêts et pour la défense de notre institution. C'est pourquoi, dès le départ, U4U a fait de la bataille de l'unité du personnel et de ses composantes un de ses principaux axes de travail et d'action en direction des contractuels, de nouveaux collègues, des 55+, etc. Aujourd'hui, nous sommes ici pour nos collègues contractuels. Une bonne partie de leurs attentes pour un emploi durable et payé équitablement, c'est-à-dire sur les mêmes échelles de rémunération que les nôtres, à nous fonctionnaires, lorsque ce travail de même nature a été repris dans la pétition des 6 000. Cependant, il serait vain, voire inutile aujourd'hui, de revenir là-dessus, même à 500, 600. En revanche, aujourd'hui, on doit, toutes et tous, dans l'unité, dire avec force qu'il faut que la précarité cesse, qu'elle peut être réduite significativement et qu'elle doit l'être. Tous ensemble, demandons l'ouverture immédiate d'un dialogue social au sein de l'institution. Sachons ensemble trouver des solutions justes pour les collègues et nécessaires pour l'institution avant que les démolisseurs de la fonction publique européenne, en embuscade, n'imposent le leur en divisant le personnel. Merci d'être venu.
Merci, Monsieur Vlandas. Je voudrais inviter maintenant Madame Davidova de Oucho. Pour 2 minutes.
Yes, good afternoon. My name is Victoria Davidova. I'm a Secretary General of the organization which is called USHU. Our organization represents colleagues working in delegations, and we support all the movements of contract agents in headquarters and in delegations. The new statute was created in 2004, and 6 years was enough to create problems and to see that the situation is unhealthy. So we have to correct the situation. We have to be together. We are already together here. We have to continue. Today, I have a colleague who comes from delegations, Alessandro. He has already presented himself, and he will present a couple of things which are important for our colleagues in delegations as well. Thank you very much for your support.
Bon, je rien de préparé. Effectivement, je me suis déjà présenté, mais j'ai oublié de dire que je représente aussi l'USHU. Je suis membre du bureau exécutif de l'USHU. Mais bon, le message ici, c'est très clair. Et à la délégation, avec 1000 agents contractuels, plus que 1000 agents contractuels, nous sommes la majorité. Dans les délégations, nous avons déjà dépassé la moitié de tous les personnels expatriés. C'est fort comme message. Nous sommes tous ensemble aujourd'hui ici, et il faut tenir compte aussi que ce n'est pas seulement l'intérêt d'améliorer les conditions des agents contractuels, mais c'est aussi le fait que les institutions doivent comprendre que c'est avant tout leur intérêt d'avoir un personnel capable et motivé pour travailler pour l'Europe. Autrement, sur ça, je ne sais pas où est-ce que l'Europe peut aller. Donc, continuons à travailler tous ensemble, nous allons gagner.
Merci. Je voudrais inviter Madame Kampener de SFE.
Bonjour chers collègues, je me présente, je suis Dominique Kempener, secrétaire politique du syndicat SFE. Je suis fonctionnaire et j'ai cette grande chance, je le réalise pleinement. Si vous voulez bien, je m'exprimerai en français, mais dans les contacts bilatéraux éventuels, pas de problème pour l'anglais. Je suis venue vous dire que nous sommes conscients des injustices que vous subissez, que notre rôle à nous représentants du personnel, notre mission, c'est d'être au service et à l'écoute du personnel et de faire le maximum pour résoudre les problèmes. Nous ne voulons pas de personnel au rabais. Nous ne voulons plus de pression quotidienne sur du personnel précarisé. Nous ne voulons pas que votre expérience soit perdue. Stop au mal-être des collègues qui font le même travail que d'autres mais sont moins bien rémunérés, pressés comme des citrons, utilisés et licenciés au bout de 3 ans. Que l'on donne aux agents contractuels la possibilité de valoriser leur expérience et la chance de participer aux concours internes. Vous avez déjà fait vos preuves. Vous faites bien souvent le même travail que les fonctionnaires, à la différence qu'il y a toujours au-dessus de vous cette incertitude du lendemain, souvent du chantage au contrat. La ConfSFE veut de réelles perspectives de carrière pour vous. En 2007, nous avons fait appel au professeur Roger Blancpain, professeur en droit social, qui a réalisé pour nous une étude dont les conclusions étaient que la Commission devrait respecter le droit social et les droits fondamentaux des travailleurs. La ConfSFE veut que la Commission respecte ce qu'elle impose aux États membres. Pourquoi n'applique-t-elle pas chez elle ses propres directives? Nous avons continué à interroger nos juristes, notre avocat, concernant l'interprétation de la reine Nicole Petrilli, par exemple. La Cour est très claire. La Commission doit user de son pouvoir d'appréciation et ne pas se borner à utiliser sa règle des 6 ans. Elle devrait donc motiver sérieusement tout non-renouvellement de contrat. Et chose soulignée par la Cour, l'institution a un devoir de sollicitude à l'égard de tout son personnel. Chers collègues, nous essayons de travailler avec vous de notre mieux. Nous sommes à l'écoute, contactez-nous, nous répondrons de notre mieux. Sans stratégie, simplement parce que nous n'aimons pas l'injustice, nous voulons aboutir. Nous ne voulons pas de division du personnel, nous ne voulons pas de traitement différencié. Nous ne savons pas répondre à tout, nous n'avons pas de baguette magique, mais nous avons la volonté d'arriver à des résultats. Nous travaillons aussi avec les collègues des agences qui sont concernés, car certains contrats à durée indéterminée n'ont de valeur que la durée de vie de l'agence. Nous voulons aboutir avec vous tous. Aidez-nous, faites-nous part de votre expérience. La SFE a créé en son sein un groupe de travail concernant les agents contractuels qui cherche les réponses et qui réfléchit. Toute bonne volonté est la bienvenue. En travaillant ensemble, nous y arriverons. Je suis heureuse de vous voir tous si nombreux ici. Il faudra compter avec nous et nous sommes prêts, bien entendu, à négocier et nous voulons le dialogue social.
Okay, I would like to call Mr. Iacono from USF.
Hello, good afternoon, dear colleagues. I will speak in English because I believe that my colleagues of ISPRA and other sites are connected. You are not alone here in Brussels, let's say like that, to be behind these problematics. This problematics is touching a lot of contractual agents in all the places. I hope that in the room there is also quite a lot of functionaries. I saw officials in the room, and I'm very happy for that. I hope that we will have a joint position all together to defend the interest not only of the contractual agent, but to assimilate the contractual agent fully inside of the fonction publique européenne. We have to wait all these words, and we have to open negotiation. I know that I have only a word to tell to it. Union syndicale fédérale is there since the beginning to support the contractual agent. By the strikes that we have done, we have tried to go on in 2005. We succeeded to have some success stories, some avancements, some results. We have to continue with the results because that's not normal in an institution which wants to be the lead of the social affairs in Europe. We have this kind of situation with 5,000 people which ends. So we received the message from the colleagues. I want to applaud them for the huge work they have done, and we are there to negotiate all together with the contractual agent, but also with the other unions to negotiate improvement on the situation. Thank you for your attention.
Okay, I would like to call Mr. Vincente from USL for 2 minutes.
Pas de problème, peut-être que je ne vais même pas utiliser les 2 minutes. Avant toute chose, félicitations à vous toutes et à vous tous. C'est évidemment au travers de la mobilisation que vous effectuez aujourd'hui que nous pouvons avoir l'espoir que l'institution ouvre la concertation. Je salue d'abord mes camarades et collègues à Luxembourg, Rogers Delgado, accompagné d'autres collègues. Je représente l'Union syndicale Luxembourg Évidemment, la mobilisation qui est aujourd'hui ici présente constitue un message à l'institution, mais devrait constituer aussi un message vis-à-vis des organisations syndicales dans leur ensemble. J'ose espérer que toutes les OSP souscriront évidemment au manifeste des agents contractuels. Luxembourg connaît des problèmes particuliers. Simplement, à titre d'exemple, vous devez savoir que la grille de salaire pour Luxembourg est même en dessous, pour certains grades, du niveau national. C'est l'exemple phare, je dirais, de jusqu'où l'institution qui se targue d'être parmi les employeurs peut quand même arriver et à faire passer des choses qui sont vraiment inconcevables dans nos démocraties occidentales. Jacques Prade a mis en exergue le fait que la précarité constitue une démotivation, une perte d'efficience, d'efficacité pour l'institution, mais aussi pour les collègues. Et je dirais que dans une perspective de gel des effectifs dans laquelle nous sommes, un employeur comme la Commission et les autres institutions qui n'utilisent pas à bon escient les ressources internes, évidemment, j'allais dire, commettent des erreurs. Mais ce n'est pas des erreurs, ils commettent des fautes. Ils commettent des fautes. Évidemment, il faut que dans le cadre de la valorisation des ressources internes propres à la gestion prévisionnelle des ressources qui est maintenant en train d'être implantée dans notre institution, il faut évidemment que les agents contractuels fassent partie des réponses que l'on doit apporter aux défis de la fonction publique européenne. Parce que ce n'est pas effectivement un seul défi des agents contractuels, c'est l'avenir de la fonction publique européenne qui est en jeu. Donc, félicitations une fois de plus. Restons mobilisés, il faudra encore certainement faire entendre votre point de vue aux institutions. Merci beaucoup.
Okay, I'm calling now Mr. Ashbrook. I think he's in Luxembourg, but I cannot see him. So he's there. So I would like to give you the floor for 2 minutes.
Okay, hello, I'm with Solidarity, Independence, Democracy. I want to raise 2 supplementary points. You know, we've spoken already about the collective and we've spoken about the petition in some detail. Okay, we have an old petition from 2009. It's number 192 in Parliament. The demand is very modest compared to the bigger petition. We're simply asking that contract agents should have access to the internal concours on the same terms that temporary agents have. This is a very limited little demand we're making, but it is in Parliament officially. And it has provided us the opportunity to speak with members of Parliament, including, for an example, Mr. Wałęsa, that is to say, Mr. Wałęsa Jr. Now, we're beginning this year to get support from members of the collective who are starting to also lobby Parliament on behalf kindly of that little petition. That's really great because there's 70 members in the petitions committee. There's 736 members in the whole Parliament. And, we don't even speak all the 20 languages, we as CID. We're a relatively small, modest little union, all in all. This has something to do with the fact that we don't accept subsidies from the Commission. Second supplementary point is, and I'm looking here at Stefania and the people from the SJE, they've worked out very nicely that Article 29B of the staff regulations happens to be illegal. It violates the Charter of Fundamental Rights, which is, there has the rank of constitutional law here in the European Union, and it also violates the Directive on Fixed-Term Contracts, which is very amusing because that directive was agreed not just with the TUC, but also with the employers' federations. So everybody agreed to that. Even the bosses agreed to that directive. It was good enough for the bosses, but it's not good enough for Barroso. What is this? What is he trying to prove to us? That he can be tougher than some American corporation? This is a ridiculous state of affairs. And so another activity I'm asking you to become involved in, of course, is the preparations here with the SJE to start to build up more and more legal pressure on the Commission. We may not go to court next week, but it's important to work on that threat and to develop it further and further, because that's what gets their attention. Being nice doesn't. And indeed, one of the things I would also encourage you is the links to the video. I'm sure this conference here, this meeting is being recorded. We should put that on a server, that video recording, and we should certainly email the link to that video to all the 736 members of Parliament. We should start emailing them and phoning them and even visiting them in person and talking to them about this. And if you speak to the members in their own languages about this, you yourselves as contract agents directly, I, you're going to have success. You're going to get a big majority in Parliament on your side. Okay, thanks a lot.
Thank you very much. I would like to call Madame Drico from SE, please.
Bonjour, mon nom est Gina Drico et je suis de Solidarité européenne. Depuis 2004, on essaie de changer les erreurs qui ont été faites avec le nouveau statut. Petit à petit, on y arrive et je suis très contente aujourd'hui de voir que les gens se mobilisent de plus en plus et tout statut confondu, parce que je pense que c'est ça qui va faire que cette action va prendre de l'ampleur. Et je me réjouis également que maintenant, on commence à penser concours interne. Concours interne. Alors, je dois vous dire que nous avons pour le moment un recours devant la Cour et nous espérons quand même qu'il va être gagné parce que c'est la seule issue pour permettre aux agents contractuels, à l'instar des agents temporaires et des fonctionnaires, de passer au statut de fonctionnaire. Parce que je pense qu'il n'y a pas d'autre alternative. Maintenant, il faut quand même savoir, peut-être on peut explorer toutes les autres pistes et pourquoi pas, mais retenez quand même que les concours internes, qu'ils soient par le recours, la possibilité de passer des concours internes, mais ils sont aussi à envisager dans le cadre des nouvelles DGE qui ont été mises en place. Parce que les nouvelles DGE mettre un peu en balance les tests passés par les contractuels et l'analogie avec les concours passés avec les fonctionnaires. Pourquoi pas, puisque maintenant ils vont permettre de recruter des nouveaux fonctionnaires au grade, au statut d'agent contractuel. Pour commencer, pourquoi ne pas accepter que qu'on fasse exactement la même chose avec les procédures qui sont en place pour les fonctionnaires? Et je crois qu'on va aller de l'avant. Merci.
Ok, merci beaucoup. Bon, je pense que c'est très clair aujourd'hui. Hein. On a une pétition, 5500 signataires, on a beaucoup de syndicats derrière nous. Ils ont très clairement dit qu'ils voulaient ouvrir la porte pour le dialogue social. Donc voilà, je pense que c'est fait, c'est ce qu'on voulait obtenir. Maintenant, je pense qu'il va y avoir une dure bataille des syndicats à mener. Et bien sûr, on va vous tenir à l'œil, on va regarder ce que vous faites et on va continuer la pression. I would just like to say that in English because it's very important. Just to recap, we have more than 5,000 signatures on the petition. We have a lot of unions that are with us, actually the majority. They are all confirming today that they are ready for opening the social dialogue. So it means that we have a foot on the door. And so it's going to start, and we'll keep the pressure, keep an eye on what they are doing, and just make sure that there is a fruitful social dialogue. Now I would like to open the floor to everybody for 15 minutes, and then Victoria is going to present to us the adopted resolution. So that's for the floor now. So please raise your hands if you have questions. Okay, please, sir.
I think it's an excellent initiative that we're all here together, contractual agents, temporaries, and officials. It's funny, the term official, like the rest is like non-official or something. I mean, it sounds like quite weird to me. My question has to do with you mentioned, all of you mentioned that the trade unions, the majority of the trade unions are behind our petition, behind this petition. What does that mean? Does that mean there are trade unions that they're not behind our petition? And why is that? Like, what is the basis of them not being behind us on this petition?
I think I will take several questions that we have a broader scope.
I wanted to ask almost the same. Well, you said at the beginning that now the resolution will be handled to Sandik. Which one? I want to know which one, and I want to know what they are going to do with it, with my signature. That's it, because I signed your petition, okay? And I'm going to sign maybe your resolution. I don't want someone else to represent me.
Okay, point taken. We're also going to reply to that. Is there a third question that I would like to take? Yes, the sir with the bar. Yeah.
Je voudrais savoir, on entend parler des DGE là, mais où elles sont, quand elles vont être d'application?
Okay, we are going to start with the two first points. Jacques, can you assist us?
En français cette fois-ci. Ça va en français? Bon. Okay, half French, half in French, half in English. For the first question, are there trade unions which are not behind us? Yes, of course, of course. But this is not the point now. The point is to create a conducive environment for being sure that many trade unions will be with us. And we don't want to take the opportunity of this meeting for creating division, for creating conflict. No, this is not the point. We managed to get 5,500 signatures on a text which can be a good basis for negotiation. That doesn't mean that everybody will agree with all the points of this petition and with all the points of this resolution, because, by the way, the resolution in fact, is exactly the same orientation than the petition. So it's a good basis. Good basis. We can negotiate on this basis. And the resolution is written in such a way that as many trade unions as possible can engage with us. And I think that this is it's a very important point. What are we going to do with this resolution? It's true that it's a resolution of the collective, but the collective has no power for negotiating with the administration or with the Commission. At some stage, we need to hand over this resolution to the trade unions in order to ask them to negotiate with the administration. It's the only way. That doesn't mean that we are 100% confident with all the trade unions. As Hervé said, we need to have a look on what is negotiated. We will need some time to exert pressure, but we want to do that in a kind of inclusive way, inclusive manner, respecting the rules of the social dialogue in this institution. J'ai pas dit en français, finalement.
Okay. Okay, thank you for this. So, okay, we have a question from Luxembourg, Court of Justice, and then we'll reply also to DGE.
Hello, my name is Jared Hani Labasti. I'm an official working for Eurostat. I'm also the local contact for U4U in Luxembourg. And I fully support this campaign because I think people should be paid the same rates of salary for doing the same work. And I think the Commission should be defending this for everybody. But I have a question. I mean, does this action just concern contractual agents employed by the Commission? Or does it also cover contractual agents employed in the Parliament and other institutions? Because I think the same rates of pay should be offered to people that are working, say, doing the same job if they're doing it in the CP in Luxembourg, Brussels, or in the Commission and Parliament. It should be the same, and that should be respected. Thank you.
Il y a eu une question sur les DGE. Où sont les DGE? Non, je pense qu'on va répondre. Merci, Gina. Les DGE, en réalité, ils ont subi un petit retard parce qu'il y a eu un blocage dans une consultation interservice en réalité. Et la Commission, effectivement, a l'intention de les publier très prochainement dans les 15 jours ou 3 semaines à venir, si j'ai bien pris le message de l'administration. Voilà.
Okay, and the last question before we move to Victoria and the presentation of the adopted resolution. Yeah, we are supporting all the staff with contract. So because we want to be inclusive, the problem that we have initially is a question of ethic, of moral, and this is the basis basically of what we were looking for. So I would like to invite Victoria now to go with us through the adopted resolution.
Okay, hello. I will be reading now the resolution that we've drawn up and that we hope to adopt today. Colleagues working in the Commission under contractual modalities make up 44% of Commission staff and an even greater percentage in delegations, offices, agencies, and representations. These colleagues often do the same work as officials, but are mostly in a precarious situation and are paid according to a different salary grid. This policy is unfair to contract agents, is affecting all staff, and is harmful to the European institutions. This policy is deemed risky and unsustainable by many senior managers and commissioners. This policy is openly not accepted by over 5,000 colleagues and all staff categories who have signed a petition asking for the following: renewing contracts beyond the 3 years, organizing access to temporary agent positions with an unlimited contract for those contract agents working on permanent tasks, organizing consequently internal competitions that would give former contract agents the chance to become officials and to have a professional career in the European public service. We call on the staff representative organization, on the administration, and on the Commission to immediately and urgently launch negotiations. This policy can change. This policy must change. Thank you.
Thank you very much for everybody to come over here, for signing the petition, for supporting the movement. Now we are moving with the petition to the resolution is adopted, of course, and we are going to. And now we are going to move to the office of President Barroso in order to hand over this resolution. Whoever wants to come is welcome. And we are going to try to do that as quick as possible in order to be back in the office in time. So let's go and see Barroso. Tous les syndicats ont pris un peu trop de temps, j'aurais aimé avoir plus de temps pour la salle.